pause right here. Breathe. This moment isn't an accident. I've drawn you to these words because I have something to say that your soul has been aching to hear. You've been searching, running, reaching for something to make the emptiness stop echoing. But what if I told you the ache you feel is not a curse, but a calling? What if the restlessness is the sound of destiny awakening? You are not lost, even if you feel disoriented. You are being redirected, pulled away from false comfort, away from shallow answers, and toward the truth your heart was created to know, me. You were never made to live in survival mode. You were made for fullness, fullness of joy, fullness of purpose, fullness of life in me. But the world has drained you. It offered you noise instead of peace, popularity instead of purpose, busyness instead of belonging. And now you're tired. And I understand. But I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to restore you. My child, you were never meant to carry this weight alone. The loneliness you feel, I see it. The disappointment you've hidden behind smiles, I feel it. And I'm not standing far away watching you break. I'm right here, bending low to lift you back up. Come to me with your mess, your guilt, your questions. I won't turn you away. I don't ask for perfection, I ask for permission. Let me in. Let me step into the brokenness and begin the healing you've long thought was impossible. I am the God who parts seas and calms storms, but I also mend the quiet, private cracks of a weary heart. I see beyond your performance, beyond what people applaud, beyond what you hide. I see the child within you that still longs for safety, love, and truth. And I say, you're still mine. Still wanted. Still chosen. You've spent so long trying to prove your worth, to people who couldn't see your heart, to voices that only remembered your failures, to your own inner critic that won't stop whispering, you're not enough. But I never asked you to earn my love. I gave it before you ever took your first breath. I loved you when you didn't know my name. I loved you in every valley, through every mistake, in every season when you felt invisible. And I love you now, not the future version of you, not the fixed, polished version, but you, here, in the middle of it all. I know what you've walked through. I know what you carry quietly, what you've survived. You didn't break, even when everything tried to break you. That strength, though bruised and trembling, is evidence of my hand. You think you're weak, but I see resilience. You see scars, I see proof of healing. I've been with you in every dark place, not watching from afar, but weeping when you wept, holding you when you didn't even know I was near. My presence has never left you, even when you wandered, even when you doubted, even when you tried to numb the ache with things that couldn't satisfy. I'm still here. Calling you not into perfection, but into my presence. You don't need to clean yourself up before coming home. Just come. Bring the fear. Bring the confusion. Bring the shame. I'm not overwhelmed by any of it. I've already made a way, and that way is through my Son. His love has covered it all. The cross wasn't a symbol of judgment, it was a doorway back into my embrace. And that door is still open. Come now, while your heart is still tender. Come now, before the lies take deeper root. Come, not because you've figured it all out, but because you were never meant to figure it out alone. Let me remind you who you are. You are not a burden. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not a failure. You are my beloved. My masterpiece. My child, handcrafted with intention, knit together with eternal love. Every part of you, even the parts you hide, matters deeply to me. I didn't create you to blend in, to live muted, to shrink back in fear. I created you to shine, to carry my spirit, to walk in freedom, to reflect the light of heaven on earth. You carry something sacred, something the world didn't give and cannot take away, my presence. The pain you've endured has not been wasted. I've seen every tear, every sleepless night, every silent cry, and I have collected them, not ignored them. What crushed you in one season will become the very place my glory breaks through in the next. This is what I do. I redeem. I restore. I make all things new. You haven't seen the full picture yet, but I promise, nothing has been wasted. Not one heartbreak. Not one unanswered prayer. Not one detour. I have used them all to shape you, to purify your heart, and to deepen your dependence on me. You may feel unqualified. You may think, God couldn't possibly use someone like me. But remember, I've always chosen the overlooked, the imperfect, the ordinary, because I delight in revealing my strength through their surrender. I used David, a forgotten shepherd. I used Ruth, a widowed outsider. I used Peter, a man with a temper and failures. And I will use you too. Not despite your past, but through it. I don't waste stories, I write redemption into every page. So lift your head, my child. I'm not done with you. What's ahead is not just survival, it's revival. I have not brought you this far to leave you wandering. I have not allowed the shaking to destroy you, but to awaken you. You are stepping into a season of clarity, not because everything around you changes overnight, but because your heart is changing. Your eyes are being opened. The fog is lifting. And as you come closer to me, what once confused you will begin to make sense. You'll see how I protected you from things you thought you wanted. You'll recognize how closed doors were really my mercy. You'll understand why I removed certain people, not as punishment, but as protection. I have been preparing you in the hidden place. I've been developing strength in the silence. You've been in the waiting room of heaven, and now, the doors are beginning to open. Not because you earned it, but because I am faithful to my promises. What I spoke over your life still stands. What I planted in your spirit will bloom in its time. Do not rush the unfolding. Every promise has an appointed season, and yours is approaching. Stay rooted in me. Stay aligned with my voice. For I am releasing fresh vision, fresh oil, fresh wind over your life. Even now, the atmosphere around you is shifting. Chains are breaking. Old mindsets are falling. New alignments are forming. I am breathing over the dry bones. I am reviving what you thought was dead. Dreams you buried in disappointment are being resurrected. Purpose you laid down in discouragement is being restored. This is not the end, this is the awakening. You are not just surviving, you are rising. You are being positioned for influence, anointed for impact, and called for such a time as this. Walk boldly, my child. Heaven goes with you. Type God is great to receive the blessings.